Hey guys, thank you for watching the Slat Rock channel. If you're new here, don't forget to check out our previous video, 10 WWE matches that ruined a wrestler's career. And also check out some of our other high-rated videos by clicking at the upper right-hand corner or down in the description. Guys, the WWE may label its superstars as independent contractors rather than employees, but they certainly place a number of restrictions on them. Here are 15 things wrestlers aren't allowed to do while working for WWE. Number 15. Surgery restrictions. How strange is it that WWE superstars can't go under the knife without the company's blessing? SmackDown Live general manager Paige experienced this a few years back when her personal physician advised her to undergo neck surgery only for the WWE to tell her no. Now, before you wonder whether Vince McMahon gets out his Dr. Heine outfit and looks over his wrestlers' charts, keep in mind the WWE pays for surgery, so they're cautious about paying the costs for unnecessary surgery, particularly when it means superstars will be out of action. Sadly, surgical implants of personality are unavailable, or Roman Reigns would have gone under the knife years ago. Number 14. Romantic relationships with company officials. The adage, "don't stick your pen in the company ink," is in full effect in the WWE. Today's societal sensibilities have changed from the days when employees dated management with no repercussions. Triple H, Stephanie, excuse me. The WWE has a strict policy barring officials and wrestlers from being romantically involved. This not only removes any allegations of preferential treatment, but it removes the appearance and hopefully the practice of sexual harassment. Number 13. Hey Trips, can I leave at 10 tonight? Professional wrestling is a counterintuitive workplace at times. Consider this. A wrestler works his match and has completed his job for the night. Shouldn't he or she be allowed to go home as anyone else who's done their job would do? That's not the case in the WWE. And to be fair, it's a practice that many promoters upheld throughout the years, where wrestlers cannot leave the arena until all the matches are finished. It's considered common courtesy and part of the WWE's public image of one big happy family working together. There can be exceptions though, as it was recently discovered Dolph Ziggler's new 2-year deal with WWE allows him to leave shows whenever he chooses. No word on whether Vince McMahon has figured out a way to keep the fans from leaving early, short of putting out a quality product. Number 12. Restrictions on attending events outside of the company. Imagine you're Vince McMahon and you see a WWE superstar at a Ring of Honor show or an Impact show. That's what happened when former WWE superstar Robbie McAllister of the Highlanders was spotted at a TNA TV show. WWE management sent a strong message to McAllister and his colleagues by reportedly fining him his entire WrestleMania salary, $5,000 in case you're wondering. Before long, McAllister disappeared from TV and was future endeavored. Number 11. Don't ever get arrested. Not only is the WWE a publicly traded company, but it caters to a PG demographic and now enjoys a variety of prestigious advertisers. This means the company has never been more prudent about its corporate image, trying to avoid racy angles and, more importantly, keeping its superstars from showing up on the smoking gun sporting some snazzy mugshots. This means that the WWE is quick to suspend wrestlers when they are arrested, waiting until the case is resolved, something Emma, Kevin Nash, Rich Swann, and Jerry the King Lawler all found out the hard way. In other situations, such as domestic violence, they have a zero-tolerance policy, which means a superstar will be shown the door until they've had their day in court. Contrast this to 2001 when WWE main eventer Stone Cold Steve Austin was arrested for domestic violence charges. The WWE kept Austin on, something it would be hard-pressed to do today. Number 10. Be very careful with the media and journalists. Speaking of Austin, the Texas Rattlesnake has his own wrestling podcast, a show where wrestlers can discuss their time in the business as long as WWE gives them permission. The WWE maintains a tight policy on its wrestlers speaking to the media about wrestling, which sometimes leads to wrestlers remaining in character during these appearances and sometimes working the media. For example, The Undertaker repeatedly told the media there was no way he was returning at WrestleMania 34 to face John Cena, something blatantly untrue, as Taker was training for the match months before it happened. There's a reason for the WWE's restrictions. Rusev's main squeeze Lana discovered this when she talked to TMZ about her and Rusev's pending engagement. At the time, Rusev and Lana were in a storyline where their relationship was on the rocks, so the WWE wasn't happy with Lana's slap in the face to the storyline. Number 9. Enhance their performance. The WWE's wellness policy restricts superstars from a number of activities, chief among them being the use of performance-enhancing substances without a doctor's permission. The steroid scandals of the past, including Vince McMahon's steroid trial from the early 90s, led the company to banning the use of such substances. Still, this only applies to full-time employees, so wrestlers such as Brock Lesnar are exempt. This bar also includes illicit drugs, including marijuana, which the WWE previously punished with a fine, as Paige found out in 2016 when she was suspended for what she claims was a doctor's prescription, but which the WWE claimed was an illegal substance, not a prescription drug. The WWE has a 3-strike system where a superstar receives a 30-day suspension for their first strike, a 60-day suspension for their second strike, and dismissal from the company for a third strike. Number 8. Travel plans. Don't even go there, fella. WWE superstars work a tight schedule, traveling from live events to television shows to pay-per-views. It can be an arduous process, especially when you add in superstars having to squeeze in time to work out while figuring the best way to get to a show. Add in the fact that superstars have to pay for their own transportation, and you have a logistical nightmare. With all this responsibility, the WWE makes it even more difficult, because wrestlers cannot change their travel plans without the company's permission. While there are exceptions such as family emergencies, the WWE isn't different than any other employer. They expect their employees to show up on time every day. Number 7. Sit back and play video games when you are not medically cleared. Just as WWE superstars are barred from getting surgery without the company's approval, they are also barred from returning to action without authorization from WWE's doctor, even if their personal physicians clear them for action. 2 situations come to mind to show the difficult position the WWE can be in when deciding whether to allow a wrestler to return to the ring. CM Punk was suffering medical issues when his doctor reportedly told him to stay off work. However, the WWE's doctor said that Punk was fine to wrestle, and this eventually became one of the reasons Punk left WWE after he claims the WWE doctor failed to catch a staph infection. Contrast this with Daniel Bryan, who suffered multiple concussions before and during his WWE run, leading to WWE medical personnel deciding he could no longer wrestle. Over time, Bryan's personal physician advised him he was okay to wrestle, something the WWE's medical officials disagreed with. This led to the WWE barring Bryan from the ring until just weeks ago. While some pessimistic fans note Bryan was cleared with his WWE contract close to ending, thus freeing him up for work in other promotions, others feel it was just a coincidence. Number 6. It's not just SmackDown, it's SmackDown Live. WWE has taken all of its production and promotion and focused it into small avenues of marketing in order to drive up their audience and make them household names again. One of these strategies is to rename SmackDown slightly into SmackDown Live. This may not seem like a big deal, but you'll likely never hear the former name again, as branding is so central to the WWE culture now that it would be tantamount to swearing on air to not give the Tuesday show its full name and status. Raw doesn't need it by virtue of being a Monday night staple, but the ever-evolving B show with its moving time slot and switching from pre-taped to airing live is an important step and must be acknowledged at every turn. Reportedly, Vince was very upset with JBL once when he forgot the live. Number 5. Stick to your promos, damn it! The days when wrestlers cut their own promos are a relic of the 20th century, with the WWE writers extensively crafting every word that comes out of a superstar's mouth, with the exception of John Cena and The Rock. While this has led fans to criticize the promos, it has allowed the WWE to maintain control, something it likely wishes it had when The Rock cut a promo and called CM Punk on his cell phone. Number 4. Hey boss, what's your plan for my Christmas? Fans, and undoubtedly wrestlers, were shocked when WWE ran a live Raw show on Christmas Day. While professional wrestling has had a long history of workers performing on holidays like Thanksgiving and 4th of July, Christmas is one such holiday that everybody would love to spend some time with friends and family. WWE expects their employees, or should we say independent contractors, to be available whenever Vince wants. Unfortunately, 2018 could see a repeat, with Raw airing live on Christmas Eve and SmackDown having a Christmas show. One can't help but wonder how disgruntled wrestlers are now that they can't spend time at home with their families during the holidays. Number 3. Control over tweets. Whether it's sports franchises, TV shows, or the film industry, fan interaction is encouraged to a certain degree because it's considered good for business. While the WWE tried to restrict its superstars' presence on social media, the proliferation of things such as Instagram and Twitter made it next to impossible to keep wrestlers from using it. The only problem is that wrestlers sometimes get caught in the heat of the moment, posting without the company's permission. An episode of Total Divas demonstrated this when Lana tweeted a photo of her and Naomi wrestling, apparently angering the WWE because there were no future plans for the two together. The lone wolf Baron Corbin landed himself in the doghouse last year when he reportedly had a Twitter tirade with Dave Meltzer, as well as some fans, and the very infamous AJ Lee's tweet about unequal pay. So, unless you're WWE Hall of Famer Donald Trump, don't tweet without authorization. Maybe he needs authorization too. Number 2. Restrictions on indie names. No matter how big a wrestler may have been on the indie circuit, chances are they're going to undergo a repackaging, WWE style. For example, Bryan Danielson became Daniel Bryan, Tyler Black became Seth Rollins, and Chris Hero became Cassius Ohno. While the WWE has relaxed their policy somewhat, as seen by wrestlers AJ Styles, Adam Cole, Austin Aries, and Bobby Roode all keeping their names, the company still likes to create its own personas so they can license them and maintain the rights. This means many established indie stars find themselves starting their careers from square one, having to prove themselves like any rookie would. Number 1. Work for other companies. The WWE hasn't let its superstars compete for other promotions, a stipulation that dates back decades when Vince McMahon wanted fans to believe that the WWE was the only game in town. Although the company's United Kingdom and NXT performers have been allowed to work for other promotions, the main roster hasn't had these opportunities. There have been a few exceptions, but the company still keeps its wrestlers out of other promotions unless it has something to gain. Recently, Apollo Crews was allowed to work for the United Kingdom's PCW promotion, appearing at a show in Preston, UK. Rumor has it the WWE wanted access to a venue controlled by PCW, thus Vince using Apollo's presence as a bargaining chip. Even wrestlers no longer under contract to the WWE have asked Vince permission to work elsewhere. Reportedly, Chris Jericho sought Vince McMahon's approval before he wrestled for New Japan Pro Wrestling. And there you have it, 15 things wrestlers aren't allowed to do while working for the WWE. Are there any we didn't mention? Be sure to leave your comments and like our video. And if you do like this video, don't forget to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one. Hit that bell icon to get notified every time we post a new video. And you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. And as always, thanks for watching.